Welcome to my least favorite part about brewing, bottling day. AKA the biggest pain in the ass in the world.
We've only made a little bit of a horrible mess so far. We're bottling under pressure with the Blichmann Beer Gun, which means I will inevitably make a horrible mess. We were using an inline filter to filter out the hop material, but it kind of got clogged, and it was taking about 40 years to fill the bottles. And you'll see how much hops were left in the fermenter. I mean, it was a 7-ounce dry hop in a 6-gallon batch. It's a big mess.
Delicious though.
So we try to unclog it, and we can't screw this thing off. So.
Also working on a time crunch before the interrupter comes in.
Back before we had the beer gun, we would just take the hose after we filled it and blast in there.
It was a pain in the ass, as is everything about bottling. But at least you get tasty beer out of it.
Spooky stories, they creep me out.
I brewed a whole bunch of beers, just like IPAs. I just throw a bunch of hops in there.
And he doesn't even brew, he just makes juice and dumps in his mouth.
They would always get oxidized, like I could tell. There was always like this brief period of time when it was good to drink, and then it just fell off.
Spit the whole entire drink out.
For like the past 2 years, we've been purging the headspace of our bottles with CO2. I really think the most important thing you can get for a home brewer if you're brewing hoppy beers is just a CO2 tank, because then you can purge your headspace when you dry hop. You can purge your bottle's headspace.
Well, I'm glad you asked.
So right here we have a 3 months old sample of Dunedain, our regular IPA. This is a takeoff of the original New Belgium Ranger that we brewed over the summer, and we saved 2 bottles. We never refrigerated it till the day. We saved 2 bottles because we wanted to compare them with the real New Belgium Ranger that they re-released.
I think it smells horrible, so we both think it's horrible.
You have to understand how important this beer was to us. In Tennessee, you couldn't sell beer over 6.5% ABV at the grocery store. You had to get it at a liquor store. So to us, Ranger, we thought it was like this holy grail of beer. You'd have to go to the liquor store to get this high gravity, awesome, hoppiest beer ever made, 70 IBUs.
So it started snowing and there was a lot of accumulation, and where I felt like it would be in my best interest not to risk driving in it and to walk home instead. I decided on the way home to stop at a liquor store with the intention of, I think I was actually planning on getting like a 12-pack of beer, which is what I ended up buying because they had a really good deal on Ranger. The road that you would normally take though had been flooded, and at this point it was like ice. So I ended up having to go a roundabout way, cutting through backyards, kind of falling down a hill at one point, probably about 1.5 miles in the snow, with a cardboard box of 12 beers of Ranger, which, as you can imagine, not a good move. But eventually, like 3 hours later, I made it home with a very soggy box of cold beer.
Okay, I had brewed beer before. Did you know that? It had syrup in it.
Piney.
Nachos.
Yep. Citrusy.
Salsa.
Delicious.
Polynesian.
Holds up well.
Double ketchup.
Surprisingly still pretty bitter after 3 months.
Dragon sauce. And potato soup.
Still tastes fresh.
And it tasted awful. Like, I got sick after that.
After what?
Drinking all that stuff.
It's a Ranger.
So even a horribly stored IPA still tastes pretty fresh.
Using the CO2. That is
It's like the
game
night
changer.
and day.
Yeah. Dunedain.
It smelled like a dead animal with syrup in it.
Well, I would not recommend drinking this.
You gotta use your lips as a filter.
Dude, I did.
See, part of the advantage of having a giant beard like this is it acts as a baleen filter. And so no hot particles actually make their way into my mouth. Actually, most food ends up stuck to my beard, which is kind of disgusting.
Mario Karty. Mario Karty.
We're gonna have to edit out all the inappropriate dialogue.
So the video will be 10 seconds.